everybody, this is Napa Fan, and this is the second race in season number 1 of the Crown Royal Series. We are here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Baby Ruth 300, and if you are wondering where I got that name from, Baby Ruth, that was the sponsor of Jeff Gordon's car when he got his first ever NASCAR win right here at Atlanta. So that's where I got that name from, and I extended the race. It would normally be a 25-lap race, but I decided to move it up 5 more laps, or 50 more miles, so you can say, just because pretty much all Xfinity Series races are 300 miles on the 1.5 mile track. So I decided to extend it 5 more laps. So that's 5 more laps of racing here at Atlanta. Let's get to the starting lineup. Jacob Reed starts on the pole. Then we got Matt Dallio alongside him. Joe Larvin Alonso in the 42. Dale Salzman, Tyler Selsman, Caleb Hoffman, Christian Master, Dane Amon, Elijah Gordon, Aaron Walpole, Eric Powers, Ferdinand Gabat, Nicholas Amadeo, Max Newworth, Eric Hayden, Alan Cavignaro, Biff Crafton, Adam Pinchon, Austin Spencer, Cameron Garlington, Eric Almenhart, Dejon Weeks, Garrett Sidnor, Stuart Gratton, Dean Wickard, Riley White, Trey Bartow, Warren Henniger, Mason Powers, Kevin Gandara, LJ Mills, Clint Buchanan, Cameron Gadia, Will Blake, Marshall Free, Diego Stevenson, Jonathan Skivnicki, Joffrey Toussaint, Tristan Walker, and Richard Schaffner. The full field starting here today at Atlanta. Hold on just 1 second, and I will get the race started now, essentially. Okay, you guys really won't notice so much of a difference in the video, but anyway, 30-lap race here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Crown Royal Series. This is race number 2. Austin Spencer won at Daytona, the first race in the Crown Royal Series, and now we're to the second race of the season. And we will see who gets the second win in the Crown Royal Series history. Make sure everyone is looking okay. And it is all looking good here at Atlanta. So Jacob Reed and Matt Dallio start on the front row here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the pace car has pulled off, and the cars are coming to the line. Here we go. Jacob Reed and Matt Dallio lead us off in the Baby Ruth 300 here at Atlanta. Jacob Reed with the advantage in the 16. Here comes the 42. 3 wide. Not quite. Reed still out front. The 42 trying to get underneath of him. And here Joe Larvin Alonso taking the lead in the number 16. Here comes Caleb Hoffman in the number 10. 3 wide for the lead. Hoffman 3 wide for first place here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Got him on in the 40, one of 2 Dodges in the field. One of 2 Dodges in the Crown Royal Series. And Dane Amon looking for the lead underneath of Caleb Hoffman. Dane Amon's going to lead the second lap of the race. Here comes Eric Powers in the 88. 3 wide for second place. And they go fast here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And already, Jacob Reed is outside of the top 10. Dane Amon still out front in the number 40. Eric Powers right behind him. Here comes Eric Hayden in the 28. And Ferdinand Gabat in the number 97. Amon has led 2 laps in a row so far. We'll see if he can hold off Eric Powers. Powers isn't looking underneath of the 40 quite yet, and it is still Dane Amon out front in the number 40. There's this inside lane starting to pull away from the outside lane, and Dane Amon's going to lead his 3rd lap in a row. But here comes Eric Powers taking the lead from him. And Eric Powers now has the advantage on Dane Amon for first place. Ferdinand Gabat in the 97, not too far behind from this battle. He's going to go 3 wide for the lead. Essentially what they are doing is pack racing in a 1.5 mile track here, and that's always very fun to watch. Riley White in the 24 now starting to move his way up as Gabat leads that lap in the number 97. White starting to close in on the 97 for the lead. We got Warren Henniger in the 51 right behind White. White trying to get a nose underneath of Ferdinand Gabat. Trying. Not going to quite do it yet, and he's actually going to allow Warren Henniger to get underneath of him for second place. Ferdinand Gabat leads another lap here in the Baby Ruth 300 at Atlanta. Henniger with a run. Here comes Will Blake in the 39. Henniger closing in on the 97 for the lead, trying to get a nose underneath of him. But will Blake pull out in front of Warren Henniger? And it looks like that Blake's going to get underneath of the 51, and Will Blake is going to take second place from him. And Will Blake's going to get a run, and he's going to be able to get underneath of Gabat for the lead. And I think we got some 4 wide back in here. And I remember the truck race. They were going 4 wide in that race, and when they did, it didn't last for too long before they crashed. Gabat still out front in the number 97. He's able to hold off Will Blake on the outside lane. Will Blake still in second place. Aaron Walpole up the third, and here comes our pole sitter, Jacob Reed. He's now fighting with Walpole for third. Here comes Will Blake trying to get underneath of Ferdinand Gabat for first place. Still isn't quite doing it yet. Diego Stevenson in the 52 moving his way up. We got the 14 of Clint Buchanan starting to make some noise on the inside lane. Of course, everybody seemed to be making noise on the inside lane. Everyone probably will make noise on the inside lane sometime throughout this race. Ferdinand Gabat has been the leader for quite a while here at Atlanta. Will Blake just can't seem to get by him. He's going to try again. Will Blake underneath of Gabat, and I think he's finally going to do it, but he's got Diego Stevenson looking to get underneath of him for the lead now. And Stevenson is going to get a nose underneath of Will Blake for first place. Stevenson, a 2-time winner on Napa Fan, trying to get his third here today. Clint Buchanan in the 14 right behind Stevenson for first place. And here comes the 2 of Jonathan Skivnicki. Diego Stevenson led that lap by a nose over Will Blake. Here comes Skivnicki in the 2, trying to work his way up. Here comes Kevin Gandara in the number 26. He's now up to the 4th place now with Will Blake stuck on the high lane. Skivnicki is in second, and Stevenson is still out front. Jonathan Skivnicki trying to get a nose underneath of Diego Stevenson for the lead. Intense racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're almost halfway through this race with Diego Stevenson out front. Jonathan Skivnicki is going to get a nose. Is he? Not quite. They're still going to be single file. Here comes Biff Crafton in the number 8. We got the 6 of Garrett Senor, and here comes Skivnicki for the lead underneath of Stevenson. Side by side for the lead. It won't be like that for too much longer. Here comes Jonathan Skivnicki for the lead, and Biff Crafton looking to get second from Stevenson in the number 8. Senor is going to take the low line and get underneath of Stevenson as well. Here comes Biff Crafton underneath of Jonathan Skivnicki for the lead. Crafton leads that lap. Here comes the 90 of Marshall Free. He's going to take second place, and here comes the 60 of Stuart Gratton. Moving his way up, Marshall Free is going to get a nose underneath of Biff Crafton for first place. And here comes Stevenson. He's back on this inside lane. Stuart Gratton now trying to get a nose underneath of Marshall Free for the lead. And here comes Stevenson, 3 wide for first place into turn number 1. Diego Stevenson has already led once today. He's going to try to do it again on lap 16. Here comes the 33 of Elijah Gordon. And the 18 of Tyler Selsman. Richard Schaffner and Max Neuwerf on this inside lane with LJ Mills right behind those guys. Here comes Elijah Gordon trying to take the lead from Diego Stevenson. And all we're doing here is just switching positions for the lead. And we're just going to keep on doing that until the end of the race. Here comes Schaffner in the 98. Richard Schaffner trying to become probably the millionth different leader here today. Obvious sarcasm. And here comes Max Neuwerf. He's got LJ Mills behind him, and that's Geoffrey Toussaint in the 13, and Mills is going to go 3 wide for the lead in the 7. Going through this race very quickly here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're still racing speeds in the 190s. Here comes Geoffrey Toussaint for the lead, and Caleb Hoffman with Dale Salzman on that inside lane. Hoffman pulling out a line, getting underneath of Geoffrey Toussaint for first place. Caleb Hoffman leading for the second time today. Here comes the 25 of Dejon Weeks. He's moving his way up. Hoffman still out front in the number 10. Comes the 84 of Aaron Walpole. And Garrett Sonor is back on this inside lane with Riley White and Ferdinand Gabat. And I think Kevin Gandar is also here on this inside lane. Almost going 4 wide, but not quite. Dejon Weeks getting underneath of Caleb Hoffman for first place. Hoffman still out front in the number 10. He leads it with 10 laps to go here in the Baby Ruth 300 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Dejon Weeks in the 25 trying to close up to his bumper. And hold on just a minute. Okay, here we go. Caleb Hoffman still out front. Dejon Weeks in second. Here comes Kevin Gandara for third underneath of Ferdinand Gabat. Warren Henniger in the 51, moving his way up. It is still anybody's race. Dana Mon now looking 3 wide for third, as Hoffman is still out front in the number 10. Man, Buchanan almost made it 4 wide there, and as I mentioned earlier in the truck race, we went 4 wide, and they crashed. That's why I'm looking for 4 wide. 4 wide most likely means a crash when we come to places like this, where we race very close to each other at very similar speeds. Actually, at very high speeds. Dejon Weeks takes the lead from Caleb Hoffman. He's actually got a bit of an advantage, but he's going a lot slower than everyone behind him. Actually, not really. Here comes Dana Mon in the 40. And here comes our Daytona winner, Austin Spencer. And another Daytona winner, Hergel Larvin Alonso. 2 of the Daytona winners up here. Dana Mon almost won the Daytona 500. He's running second. Here comes Spencer for third underneath of Hoffman. Dejon Weeks still out front in the number 25. And it's looking like we're going to race this whole thing caution-free. Alonso underneath of the 10 for fourth. He's now looking for third. Spencer, Amon, and Weeks all under a blanket for the lead. Dana Mon looking underneath of Dejon Weeks for first place. Here comes Austin Spencer in the 22 trying to make it 2 in a row in the Crown Royal Series. Spencer moving his way up front. Here comes Alonso in the 42, Eric Hayden in the 28, Walpole and Gabat. Alonso's going to get underneath of the 22. And we got a caution on the racetrack. Big crash through the tri-oval. All kinds of cars all torn up. The 3 of Mason Powers, Elijah Gordon, Geoffrey Toussaint upside down. Salzman involved. I probably went 4 wide. Dana Mon is the leader. It's a stretch if we go back green. It is possible. I just don't know right now if we're going to go back to racing. It's really good news for Dana Mon. But we got a crasher review here. Didn't think we were going to do it. I thought we were going to race this whole thing green. Okay. I do apologize for that. Let's see here. I don't know. Mason Powers, I know he's involved, so I'm just going to follow it with them and see what happened. Okay, here's where it starts, I think. I know Sid Noor was involved here. Right there. Dean Wickard. Christian Master was kind of forcing it for wide. Here comes Dean Wickard. He goes up. Reed clips Sid Noor. He's hard in the wall. Wickard actually didn't have much of this, and just look at the way they all pile in. Mason Powers got a lot of hard hits. He got a really hard hit from Elijah Gordon. And Joffrey Toussaint somehow went upside down in the 13. Of course, he didn't actually have too much damage, so he was actually able to continue even though he went upside down. And that is the worst place for a crash, is through the tri-oval. I think Salzman here, he's trying to, get his way out of the wreck. He actually just runs right into the 13 and spins him over. Let's go on board here. Not on board. We'll follow with Sid Noor in the number 6. He's the one that really got this here in this car. See what a TV2 angle will give us. Nothing good. Okay, that was a bad angle. He got spun around and comes back into the wall, and then it clogs up with Jacob Reed there. Max Newworth, Cameron Gaidu, Eric Powers, Mason Powers, Elijah Gordon hit Mason Powers very hard. Max Newworth all involved. I think that's Eric Almenhart and Dale Salzman. That's Diego Stevenson, I think. He was leading at a point in this race. Stevenson was in the 52. Gaidu all torn up. I'm not sure about Schaffner. I'm not sure if these guys had anything. No, they were good. Schaffner got through it. But we'll just see how it looks for Sid Noor in the number 6 again. And then we'll go on an onboard with them. Just look at all those cars all over the place. Another big crash here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll go on board with Elijah Gordon and see how it looked for him, and then we'll go on board with Garrett Sid Noor, and then we will see if we'll get back to racing. So this is what it looked like on Elijah Gordon's car. And you see that white smoke, you don't know what to do. Check up. Yeah, okay, not too bad, not too bad. Whammo. Teammate. And if this was the Xfinity Series, brother. We'll go on board now with Sid Noor in the number 6. He got a lot of damage. He was the one that flew into the wall there. And you can see he's got a ton of damage on his car. And we'll see how it looked for him, and then we'll see if we'll get back to racing here at Atlanta for the Baby Ruth 300. Let's go to the roof cam. Around into the wall, and everybody piles in. Really damaged cars on Gaidu's car. Mason Powers. Toussaint actually isn't too bad. Salzman has a lot of damage. Elijah Gordon has a lot of damage, and just a tough break for a lot of those guys. A lot of those guys crashed at the race at Daytona. Anyway, it's looking good for Dana Mon in the number 40, but I think we'll be able to get back racing. The lights would have to go out on lap 29. So we'll follow the pace car here, and if the lights go out on lap number 29, we're on lap number 27 right now, 28, yeah, I'm not sure. And if they don't go out here, oh, they're out. I didn't think they would go out. We're going to have a one-lap dash to the finish here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So Dana Mon, Austin Spencer, the winner at Daytona, Austin Spencer. That same Austin Spencer. Joe Larvin Alonso, Dejon Weeks, and Eric Heiden's the top 5. Dana Mon's going to lead him off, but will he be leading the next time around? The white flag and the green flag at the same time. 1 lap to go here at Atlanta. Who's it going to be in the Baby Ruth 300? Spencer's going to pull out. He's trying to make it 2 in a row in that number 22. He's going underneath of Dana Mon for the lead. Joe Larvin Alonso, he's still in this too, in the 42, but Spencer's got to run. Austin Spencer passes Dana Mon. Here comes Alonso in the 42. It's going to be a race between the 42 and the 22. Here we go, at the line. Who's it going to be? Spencer at the line. 2 in a row in the Crown Royal Series. How about that? Austin Spencer wins the Baby Ruth 300, and so far he is the only winner in the Crown Royal Series. And just in case you guys are thinking that I'm just making him win all the time, I am not. Every car is completely equal. Just to let you know, you saw this race and you saw how many of those low-key guys were up front. And Austin Spencer makes it 2 in a row in the Crown Royal Series in the first 2 races of the season. Congratulations to him on that win, and a good job by Alonso. Played it very safe and tried to pass, but just didn't have enough for Austin Spencer in the number 22. So Austin Spencer, the winner of the Baby Ruth 300, his second Crown Royal Series win. And so far, he's the only person to win in the Crown Royal Series. 2 in a row for Austin Spencer. How about that? Got a lot of good luck going his way here in the Crown Royal Series. But we still got 22 races left in the season. And a lot can happen from now until the championship at Homestead. We'll take a look at the rest of the results here. And 4 of those guys got knocked out because of damage from that crash on lap number 25/26 because they crossed the line when it started and all that. Take a look at the rest of the results there. And then Austin Spencer, Joe Larvin Alonso, Dejon Weeks, Aaron Walpole, and Dana Mon was the top 5 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The next race is going to be at California. And that one should be a good one there. So thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Austin Spencer on his win. And I will see you guys later. Here are the points for the Crown Royal Series.